And we've got another person here today who loves our city, Kristen Archer from the I Heart Hamilton Tour. How are you this morning, Kristen?
Hi, Joey. I'm good, thanks.
And so, Kristen, you guys are, how old is the I Heart Hamilton Tour now, and how did it start?
Yeah, just a little over a year old now. We started last May. So we came together last spring, the four friends. We'd all graduated from McMaster. We were kind of talking about what we wanted to do with our summer, kind of knowing that we would be going our separate ways in the fall. And we decided to just get out there in Hamilton and go places we'd never been before. And we decided to start a blog to write about it along the way. And yeah, just do things in the city we've never done before. That was our goal.
What are some of those things that you've done?
Oh, there's so many things. I think art crawl is a big one, especially like going to Mac. I'd heard of art crawl, but it was something we never got out to do, so that was one of our first things. So many things. It started with food, just going to restaurants we'd never been to before, going out to see shows. Music has been a big part of the blog, just anything that comes up, really.
What are some of the things that have surprised you about the city?
I guess just the amount of stuff there is to do. You know, people ask, Hamilton, like, what is there to do? And we have a whole list of things at this point. And I think also the people in the city kind of seeing us in our I Heart Hamilton shirts and coming up to us and wanting to get a shirt of their own, like, where'd you get the shirts? We want a shirt, and we love Hamilton too. And seeing the pride in the city from other people, I think, was a big surprise, just the reaction that we got.
I was a little bit, last year during Supercrawl, I remember yourself and some of your friends coming up on Max Ratio at the old station and not quite understanding what your motives were. Because there's a lot of things with when it comes to music, that sort of stuff, there's always like promotions companies, that sort of thing. So I didn't genuinely know where you guys were coming from on this I Heart Hamilton. I didn't really know that it was a blog. I started to piece things together during the interview. And then when we did the Supercrawl broadcast, myself and James T last year, it was last year where you guys sauntered by and then you came in and sat down and you didn't want to go on the air at all. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, they can't really be promoting.
I think I did.
No, you did, but at first you guys didn't want to come on there. You guys were like, oh, no, I don't know. It was like this nervous sort of like, I don't want to do this. But you came on, and then that's when I started finding out more and more about the blog and what I guess it was my own apprehension towards people when it comes to music or art or whatever, that they try to make money off people. You guys have it was genuine. It was like, hey, we really enjoy what's going on in the city. We want to find out more about it. But I was asking questions like, so how do we go to your website? Is there more promotion you put on? And you were looking at me going, we're not promoting anything. We're not. And I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
My head around it. Someone would actually go out and say, hey, I discovered this band, or I went to this event in Hamilton and I had a wonderful time. So when you guys were saying earlier about, or you were talking earlier to Joey, about when you get started into something like this, you're from the East End of Hamilton, are you not?
Yeah.
Trying to find out more about your city. Did you always stay in the East End of Hamilton? Is that what the motives of finding out more about Hamilton?
Not I wouldn't say the East End. I think it's just going to Mac. I think over the course of the time we were here, you kind of get stuck in the bubble, the school mode.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to get.
But it is rather diverse from in Hamilton, from the East End here out to the West End.
Yeah. And we kind of met in the middle. Like me and Carly are East End, and then Jenny and Vishko were Dundas. So we would always kind of meet in the middle. Yeah.
So just like you guys just meet up in the middle of Hamilton, and then you just came up with this idea.
Yeah, it was just a personal thing. Like, we didn't intend to really broadcast it that much because it was just it was just a personal, online scrapbook for us to document our summer. We didn't really know it would go beyond that.
How many people follow the blog now?
Well, it's on Tumblr, so we probably over 100 on Tumblr, but we have over 1,000 Twitter followers. So
right,
yeah.
And what are some of the reactions that you get from people when they find out about it?
People are just really enthusiastic about it, especially last summer. It was so surprising seeing the shirts, and people were like, what are you doing? Like, are you from Hamilton? What is this? And I think people are really into it. So, are you
selling the shirts at all, or
no? We just had the 4 for us, and they're kind of retired now. That was last summer. Now we have buttons.
Because I don't know about this one, Joe, but what was it? There was another hashtag on Twitter. There's the Hamont one, and then there was Team Hamilton or Team Hamont or something.
Yeah,
and I thought that maybe you guys would go in that direction where there would be this whole other thing for your blog at all. Does that still exist, by the way?
Team Hamont, they're around. Yeah.
Are they around still? Okay. I just remember, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just remember seeing that. And
Yeah,
I
I
just
remember
associated
the shirts as well.
Yeah, there was like this whole collective of people that was like a movement of some or pro Hamilton, which was great. Yeah. So have you get any other as far as like this thing that you're doing now? You guys, which is coming up this Saturday at the St. Hollywood. It's part of the playlist. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But have you guys put on any events at all, or has it just been reviews and that sort of thing?
Yeah, and this coming event, that'll be our first event.
What brought about the idea of doing an event?
I think I kind of had the idea last summer, kind of planted in my head that, we could use our little platform to give back. We're not profiting from the blog ourselves, but we can use our little following to generate some attention to another cause, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it made sense to do music because we've made friends with so many musicians along the way. So booking a show was something I always wanted to do. And kind of teaming up and kind of just going to different not-for-profit organizations and doing blog tour stops on them, kind of to offer a different side of Hamilton, not just kind of entertainment stuff.
Right.
So we visited the Boys and Girls Clubs, and that was our start. So
you visited them. Like, what did you? Why? Just because of the visit, or was there like any this is the place we should go, or were you just one charity, or you like maybe did you have a couple in mind?
We did have a few in mind that we wanted to visit, but after visiting the Boys and Girls Clubs, we knew it was just the perfect fit for us.
And what happened? It tugged at your heartstrings? The kids?
Yeah, and it was the East Kiwanis location, and the people there were just so great. We got such a thorough tour, and we got to learn all about what they do, and we really didn't know the extent of what they do. To kind of go above and beyond to help the children and their families, and kind of the generations that have gone through the clubs,
Mm-hmm.
and the way they support arts and music too for lessons and things.
Joey's got a shirt on.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing my Boys and Girls Club shirt this morning. Disclosure that I'm a volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club. I grew up through the club.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very comfortable shirt. It's a fashionable shirt, I think.
I think it's a great shirt. It's orange with the green symbol on it. It looks good. You look like a little orange today.
Yeah, so Boys and Girls Club, just an absolutely amazing place. I was actually, Kristen stopped by the club, was it last Thursday?
Yeah.
It was one of the days last Thursday. I was in the club, and of course, me being me, I was in the computer room. Just got renovated. The kids were playing with the new computers, and I couldn't help but look. So she was in the club as well, and it's just an amazing place. Every time you walk in, just the kids are everywhere. It's not like anywhere else in Hamilton. It's just full of kids. They're having fun. Such a great place, and I know myself as somebody that grew up in the neighborhood, I'm really thrilled that these young ladies are getting involved in the community and giving back. So what are some of the bands that you have lined up for Saturday?
Yeah, this is kind of our dream team of bands, our kind of wish list, so we're really lucky that they all agreed to play. So we've got Canadian Winter, New Hands, the Ascot Royals, the Dinner Bells, and DJ sets by John from Young Rival.
Well, I didn't know the last part of that one at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know the guy.
So I did want Young Rival originally, and then one couldn't do it, so we got a couple of members.
How come Max Ray didn't get on the bill? Our buddy Max Ray.
Poor Max.
What did he do? What happened?
Well, originally first I thought we could do like a singer-songwriter thing, and then I kind of went bigger with bands.
Right. Can I just, I don't mean to, I have to tell you this. Never do a benefit with singer-songwriters.
Why not? People don't want to listen to that many in a row.
No one does.
Yeah.
No one really does. Yeah.
So then I aimed bigger with the bands, and then I thought maybe one acoustic opener.
Right.
But then when we had the four, just for the sake of time, Max got the boot.
Yeah, Max got kicked off the bill.
Sorry, Max.
Buy a ticket, Max. Don't be such a cheapo.
Max, I know he's away right now, so he's not hearing this, so we can just say whatever we want.
Don't worry about it. I'll send it to him.
Oh yeah. But Max has been a great help. He was one of the first people that I went to with ideas, and yourself with this idea, and. So, because he's booked shows before.
Right. So, tell us about your experiences when you just first started checking out bands in Hamilton. Like, how did you come across Canadian Winter?
Canadian Winter. Well, I'd heard of them before. I think checking out a diverse lineup of genres was a big thing. And Vishka and I were talking. We'd never been to a hip hop show before, and I wanted to know what Hamilton's hip hop scene was like. Canadian Winter were one of the bigger names that I knew, so we went to check them out. And right away, we just loved them. Yeah. And then they invited us to be in their video.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were in the what's the new song
called?
Get the
Show on the Road.
Get the Show on the Road. And what about the relationships with the other bands? How did you form those?
So Ascot Royals I've seen play probably for a few years now.
Did you see them down at was it the convention, the Hamilton Studio Theatre with the Bruce Peninsula? Were they on that bill?
No, they weren't on that one.
No?
That was Strumbella's.
Oh, okay, that was the other show, yeah. And what about the New Hands?
New Hands, yeah, we just met them this year. They're a new band, up and coming, really young.
They're a Mac band.
Yes,
Yeah.
But not just a Mac. They do go to Mac, some of them, yeah. But they're just fantastic. I'm so impressed every time, and they're just such a great energy about them. And I see a lot of bands, and you kind of know when something's really special, and I feel that with them. And they're just a great bunch of guys, and we got along with them instantly. And we met them, and we got along really well. And I was almost booked them even before their set. And then I'm like, okay, let's wait and see them play. And then
okay. So you meet them first of all. These guys are great guys, and luckily they were a pretty good band.
Yeah, well, I heard their music, like, recording, and then we're like, let's wait and see them, and then we'll ask them.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's good. No, you guys put together really a nice, diverse bill for this night.
And then Dinner Bells, I have to mention them, too, because they were kind of, like, threw out there as an idea, like, imagine if we could get the Dinner Bells.
You've covered,
I should say the connection, because we found out that a couple of them actually went to the Boys and Girls Clubs, and a couple of the members are from East End of Hamilton, and went through the clubs, and even one of their parents went, so when they found out that the fundraiser was for the Boys and Girls Clubs, they were all on board. So.
That worked out really nicely for you guys. So once this, and I know it's going to be a success, because you have the right lineup and you have the right people at this St. Hollywood, and you guys did a terrific job in promoting it. Your display down at Dr. Disc at 22, is it 22 and a half or just 22 Wilson Street? I'm always afraid to say it's just 22 Wilson Street because it's like down in downtown Hamilton, because it's like Sonic Onion's next door. Are they 22 and a half? I never understood that at all. But anyway, the window display you guys put together.
Thanks to DeMarc for giving
Mark
us his window.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Did he give you any suggestions at all for this?
He was like one of the first people kind of when I kind of got the ball rolling, and he was all for it and for promotion and. Social media too. He's all over it, so he'll help us.
Well, you guys are doing well on social media as well. Like I always find out what's going on with you guys all the time when I hit on Twitter and Facebook, that sort of stuff. So you guys did a good job promoting this.
Yeah, it's been a huge tool.
That's great. Now, when this is done, and you've tallied the money and whatever, and you brought more awareness to the Boys and Girls Club of Hamilton, is there any other projects you guys are thinking about doing?
Well, we're calling this the playlist 1.0, so hopefully there will be more. I would like to do more in the future. Other than that, we'll just continue what we're doing with the blog. I think the blog's only going to keep expanding. We have kind of different sections now. We've been interviewing bands. That's been a lot of fun. So, just keep going with it. And
how can people find your blog online?
So we're on Tumblr for the time being still. It's iHeartHamilton.tumblr.
What do you got against Tumblr?
Because I picked it originally because it was easy and I had a Tumblr. I don't think it's the best
medium for
long pieces of writing. Yeah. So I'm in the process of kind of switching it over.
But what, were you going to go to WordPress?
WordPress, yeah.
Joey knows all this stuff, man. You should talk to Joey about this stuff.
I'm learning.
Yeah. I did the same thing with Tumblr. I made the mistake of I put my resume and everything up on Tumblr.
Okay.
And I also have another blog, which is things that you should know that I use to promote. But now everyone's just following my Jamie Smith one. Like, who wants to look at my resume? Who cares? I wanted everyone to look at all the other videos I was posting of bands and everything. Like, I didn't think that went through at all.
Are there any good dark secrets in your resume?
Now it's pretty straightforward. I did this, and this, and that's it.
Nobody ever puts their dark secrets in resumes for some reason.
It's called getting a future job, I think, Joe. I think that's just the whole thing. But your resume must look great now, as far as school and what you're doing for City of Hamilton charities and that. So.
Yeah, hopefully.
Nothing towards the art scene is all, like for the arts that you guys will be for possibly a next event?
Hopefully, yeah, we want to support the arts for sure. And I should say that the proceeds for this Boys and Girls Club are specifically going towards the Brian Mello Scholarship, so it'll go towards the
Brian Mello has a scholarship?
Yes, because he went to the East Kiwanis location and he does a lot of work for them. Yeah, using his...
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Brian's a regular visitor at the club. He'll just drop by randomly and hang out with the kids.
Oh, yeah. Well, and of course we're speaking about the Hamilton's own Brian Mello, who was on part of the Canadian Idol. He won. Yeah. He won, and then I guess shortly afterward it stopped. Was it the very next year they stopped doing it? Because there wasn't anyone as good as Brian Mello. There you go.
He set the bar.
He set the bar. There you go. 9:20 right now in the neighborhood. Gunner and my special co-host Joey Coleman. I love Hamilton Harcher. Where's Ava? Ava, where is she?
I don't know. I hope. Well, she knows what the station is. So.
Oh, she knows where the station is. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit of Canadian Winter. When we come back, we'll yap a little bit more about what's going on around Hamilton and all the other fun things we do on this show. You're listening to In the Neighborhood here with Gunnar on 93.3 CFMU. My special co-host this morning, Joey Coleman. Thank you for coming in, sir. And our good friend from I Heart Hamilton, which I don't know why they rate Heart. Love would have been better, but whatever. I Heart Hamilton tour. Kristen Archer's right here as well. Now, the show is this Saturday happening at the St. Hollywood. What time should people get down there?
Doors are at 9.
Right. And the bands are, once again,
We've got Canadian Winter,
which you just heard,
yes,
by the way, and you were in the video, get to show on the, and that's your new motto for your,
It's kind of our little theme song. Yeah, it worked out well.
Yeah.
Can I just say that, see, I didn't know what Canadian Winter was. I didn't know they were hip-hop, and I'm sort of sitting here going, hey, it's sort of like Snow. Maybe there's a trend in hip-hop there. Informer, maybe I'm aging myself here.
You know what? It's not quite that. Kobe came over from England a couple of years ago, and he was ill-prepared for what life would be like here in Canada. And he couldn't get over how cold it was until then someone said to him, hey, just wait till February, which ended up being the name of the album. And he's climatized to the Canadian, but he still finds it cold.
Let's send him to Winnipeg.
Oh, that's what I told him. I said, if you think it's cold here, you got to go out west, brother, or on the East Coast off the ocean. That's not good. No. Who else is on the show?
New Hands, the Ascot Royals, the Dinner Bells, and we got John from Young Rival doing some guest DJing.
Right, and tickets can still be purchased where?
Yes, they're at Dr. Disc or at the St. Hollywood at $12.
$12. And what's the price of the door? Same as ticket price?
Yeah.
Okay, and no idea how many advance you sold?
Don't really know, but I would say come early if you're relying
Well,
on
considering this bill, I think I would get down there a little bit earlier if you want to see the show.
Yeah.
It's because it's a pretty stacked bill. So you guys did a good lineup on this one. All right, and how do we in Tumblr once again?
Yes, it's iHeartHamilton.tumblr.com, and we're on Twitter at iHeartHamilton, Facebook iHeartHamilton Tour, YouTube iHeartHamilton Tour.
Right.
And if you want to follow along on the show, any information on the show, you can follow the hashtag IHHT playlist.
Okay, perfect. New one from New Hands for you. Tulips. Here's the new one for you right now. In the Neighborhood. 9:45 and change right now. In the Neighborhood with Gunnar. You just heard the Spoons, Nova Heart, Hey Fella You Fell from Marbles Paper Airplane Company. New Hands, Tulips will be performing this Saturday at This Ain't Hollywood. Joey, thanks for filling in today, buddy.
Thanks for the DJing. I've actually really enjoyed it, and people don't know this, but we actually received a phone call. I thought the phone was there as a prop. And it was somebody who called and said they loved the DJing. Now, Kristen says her mother was listening, so we had at least two listeners, right?
Yes, whoever called and Kristen's and her mom calling, that was really nice.
So it was a great time. Thanks so much, Kristen, for coming in. I really enjoyed learning more about you, the blog. I love it. It's absolutely great. And Saturday's lineup sounds amazing. I might even go. Like, I'm not a music guy. I'm not a music guy.
It's a good
okay,
endorsement. I like that.
I might even go.
No, seriously. Yeah. My idea of a fun Saturday night is reading a book or reading the Canada Gazette.
You can bring it with you.
You could bring that. Yeah, you can bring your tablet with you if you wanted to read it.
Would that fit in the crowd?
Like, sure.
Could I use it like a lighter?
Yeah, you could do that.
Canadian Winter, you're ready?
The big props.